Still me, even after everything.
Yeah, still you. Theon's journal. He's getting worse. The whispers, the night terrors, the blood. I know he's hiding something, and the others in the flophouse know it too. I've seen how they look at him, how they look at me. They're scared of him, and I can't blame them. I am too. So they shacked up with interesting clientele, shall we say. So the flophouse. So we need to investigate that flophouse much more thoroughly. Right. Although I really hope that the chef is not in on anything, because they sold me French onion soup, and I can't hold that against them. Like, they have such massive leeway with me if they sell me stuff like that. Alright, fine. Double metal doors. Is this what we're after? Devil's Den.
Devil's Den.
Yep, this is where we're finding Raphael. Oh, and Kithrig Voss. Oh. A meeting of the minds most foul indeed. Well, we've got everyone.
You must hear me, devil. I will do whatever it takes. Give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You do not have it, and you never will.
The Kithrak? What deal would he make with this devil?
I suppose we'll find
You
out.
must help me, Raphael. For the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do.
Do we?
And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
And what's that?
Lae'zel, Talak Magir. The devil holds the key to freeing the Gith people. Right here, right now. You could seal our fate. Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
What key are you talking about? What could Raphael possibly have?
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
What are you doing? What did you do? What did you do
For
something
the
to
first
me?
time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
What did you do to the tadpole? What did you just do? Did you block out the tadpole so whatever we're about to talk about is not heard by the elder brain, potentially? What did you just do?
I gave you back your privacy by shutting that illithid in your pocket out of your mind. It can't hear us. You just put it away, as it were. You did initially promise a cure, and I'd be very curious what your definition of a cure is, because I've got an illithid emperor in my back pocket as well, and, well, he's kind of, he wants the power for himself. This isn't a cure, though. I'd ask you to be patient, but you've been patient enough. Now is the time to speak plain.
Oh, finally.
I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far, but no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you, and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though.
Oh, you want the Astral Prism, the Emperor, or Orpheus. Oh, I thought we were going to talk about the nether stones. I don't think the astral prism itself is going to be useful, although it might. Okay, let's think about this. I am more than comfortable ruling out the Emperor. I think he's just a dude. Well, in the grand scheme of things, I think he's just a dude. He's probably not, the key to everything. And Orpheus might be helpful because he does have that power to, like subjugate or block out a hive mind type control system. System the right word? Like a hive mind. He's the reason why we're protected from the thing in the first place, because the Emperor has him prisoner. But maybe he's talking about the astral prism itself, because if we can remove Orpheus, it might be entirely possible to institute those same prison chains, like that same cage that Orpheus is in right now to the Elder Brain. If we cage the Elder Brain in the astral prism, would that not then allow someone who holds the astral prism to have the power of an Elder Brain? Because right now it's kind of, acting as that, but for Orpheus's mind-blocking powers. So I wonder, it's probably the astral prism itself rather than Orpheus or the Emperor.
In a manner of speaking. But it's the one inside the prism that you need, not the illithid, the Gith.
Okay, so you're after Orpheus.
I can give you the means to break him free.
Okay.
Speak, devil. We're
I
listening.
feel like we could have already done that, though. Like, I could literally go in there and do that myself. I could go into the astral prism and just, break the stones that are holding him and just, free. I don't think we need you for that. Why would I want to free him? Why specifically?
I suppose you'd rather suck on the Emperor's tentacles till the end of your days? Orpheus is your only hope of surviving this horror show without devolving into an illithid. To you, he will be a friend. After all, you're at war with an Elder Brain.
Because we had this same kind of conundrum when we were faced with, the Emperor and Orpheus the first time we were in there. And it was a toss-up then as well. All the evidence I've seen suggests Orpheus... I mean, all of the people who are, for Orpheus did try and kill me. And that was a big deciding factor in, keeping him chained for, when we made that decision. Although, it's not like I trust the Emperor. I really don't, because he's just, like, he really wants me to ingest that frozen tadpole. He kept that in his cosmic freezer, like a TV dinner tray, for, like, centuries. Presumably, a long time, and... Well, he wants me to evolve into the higher stage without becoming an elite. I don't exactly trust him, but Orpheus's people tried to kill me, and that may not reflect on Orpheus himself, but if there... The biggest hang-up is that if Orpheus gets freed, then we lose our protection against the Elder Brain, unless I'm mistaken about that. Because, like, the reason we're, free of Elder Brain domination is the fact that we have the Elder Brain, which is channeling Orpheus's power. So, what do you say to that?
If I'd realized you were so gullible, I'd have tricked you into selling your soul for a pocketful of beans when we first met. To the Emperor, you are nothing more than a beast of burden. One that will transport it to the Elder Brain.
Well, if you know so much, what's his endgame?
An ox requires food, and the occasional beating to keep it moving. You are simpler. The Emperor's words serve as both carrot and stick.
Perhaps it is true that Orpheus would ally with you against the Elder Brain. But if he proves uncooperative once free, You may have to kill him.
A strange point in the conversation for the narrator cut in. But yeah, that's another thought. If we do free Orpheus, he might be willing to fight the Elder Brain with us, but I mean, we did kill his guards. I think this might be a point where we have to make a choice. Because if it is between Orpheus and the Emperor, if it is between them, I'm probably... Because, like, Voss seems genuine. Like, he... there are so many higher powers at play right now that we're torn between so many directions. There's Orin and Gortash. There's Orin and Gortash with the Nether Stones for the Elder Brain. There's Raphael, who has his own agenda. There's the Emperor, who has his own agenda. There's Orpheus, who presumably would fight the Elder Brain. There's Vlaakith, who wants Orpheus dead. And then, I don't know, maybe Mystra? Mystra probably has some tangential relation to all of this because she wants the Elder Brain destroyed by blowing Gale up. Like, there's a lot of higher powers playing this massive game of chess right now. And I am caught in the middle. How do I free Orpheus? And if you just tell me, break the stones, like, go in there and just hammer the stones until the thing goes. Because, like, if we go in there with the intent to free Orpheus, there is a 90% chance we're going to have to fight the Emperor. And I don't know if I'm ready or capable of that, because that dude seemed powerful. Although we do have Fireball. Fine, how do I free him? Tell me how I free him.
The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now.
And let me guess, there's going to be a price. A hefty price for this. What exactly do you get out of this? It's very convenient that you have exactly what I need.
Isn't it just? And it's even more convenient that you can give me exactly what I want in return.
And what is that? What do you get out of this? I think it's something way more substantial than just my soul. I feel like if he wanted, someone's soul, he could just con a beggar into doing something. It's like, I'll turn you into the richest man alive for your soul. It's like there are so many gullible people out there that you could just yoink a soul from. What are you hoping to get out of all of this? What exactly do you want?
Power. You free Orpheus, and in doing so save the city, the Sword Coast, perhaps the whole world, and your own precious skin too. And you give me the crown that dominates the Elder Brain.
There it
And
is.
you, Lae'zel of Kalir, want to free the Forgotten Prince, do you not?
I want nothing more.
Then it is settled, is it not? A crown for a hammer. A bargain of a lifetime, Lae'zel of Kalir.
I am extremely concerned about what this dude would do with a crown that's capable of controlling a Nether Brain, or an Elder Brain. Because, like, if it's able to control an Elder Brain, would it be capable of, like, controlling a god? Like, who would you subjugate with such a thing? So, what is the crown? Like, what is it exactly capable of?
Power. Ancient and full of wonder. I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Karsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting, and Karsus was responsible. not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic, a crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Casus' folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the Nine under one Archdevil Supreme. Me.
And there's his plan in full. That makes a large, startling amount of sense. So we have, like, all of the nine. I can only assume those are, like, the devils. Like, Zariel and... I don't know. Isn't another one, like, Mephistopheles? Like, all of the very powerful devils. Like, the ones who are controlling Karlach. And Raphael wants the crown to control all of them and become an all-powerful devil. That makes a significant amount of sense. But the flaw in that plan is that the things like the Nether Stones exist. And you have to know about the Nether Stones because you know a lot about a lot of stuff. So you have to know that the Nether Stones are a way of controlling whoever has the crown. Because, like, that's how Gortash, Orin, and Ketheric were able to make all of this a reality, by using the Nether Stones. Very curious. Why didn't you take the crown then and there? Yeah, if you were there to see Netheril fall from the heavens, why didn't you just pick the crown up from the ashes? Why? Such a poignant question.
The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He is not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years, for a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor.
How did they get the crown?
They brought the crown back into play.
How? Because if Mephistopheles put it in a vault, how did Ketheric, Orin, and Gortash get it? Unless the dead three, like Bahal, and the other two, unless they would have intervened on their behalf in some way? How did they come to have the crown? How did they get it?
Through the aid of a diabolist, somebody capable of opening a portal to the Hells. Deep in the Hells. They must have raided Mephistopheles' vault. Impressive, I must admit. But they'll be dead soon. If you don't kill them, the Elder Brain will. It doesn't have feelings in the way you'd understand them. But it seems rather angry. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mind flayer in your head. Take Raphael's deal and you could free Orpheus. With Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Karsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the Hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
Skvar! We should do as the devil asks. The Prince of the Comet must rise again.
Oh, I feel like you're looking at a very small picture, Lae'zel. Oh, that is such... Oh, when our dear narrator just lays it out so plain and simple. So we're essentially right now choosing between the Emperor and Raphael. Raphael will give us the hammer to free Orpheus, who may or may not be on our side. And, I mean, I am Silvertongue Supreme, but I did kill his guards. You might not be the most appreciative towards us for that. And then, apparently, the narrator themselves is like, if you agree to Raphael's deal, you're gonna have to follow through. And I'm like, do I, though? What's stopping me from, once I get the crown, just, either doing anything else with it, like keep it for myself, destroy it, give it to someone else? Like, why? What happens if I kill you before then? Like, are you immortal? It doesn't seem like you're immortal. You seem, I don't know. Like, oh boy. Oh, because like the Emperor, do I trust the Emperor more than I trust Raphael? I don't trust either of them. I really don't trust either of them, because if we think about this, the Emperor wants us to become mind flayers. Like, I don't know, or if we did know, I don't remember his end goal. I don't think the Emperor ever spoke in plain terms like Raphael has done. And I mean, like, I can appreciate, just speaking in plain terms. Just like, yeah, I want the crown so I can subjugate the 9 devil gods so I can become super devil god. And I'm like, that's easy to understand, and I probably won't forget that. But like, what does the Emperor want? What is his end game? Does he just want to be free? Does he want to go back to being a mind flayer dude in the city? Does he want the Elder Brain dead? Yeah, the Nether... I'll control the crown myself once. I don't necessarily want to antagonize people, but we're gonna have to make a choice. Because right now... currently as it stands, the situation is thus. Orpheus is currently imprisoned in the Astral Prism. Because of that, we're protected from the mind control. But the only thing keeping him imprisoned right now is essentially the Emperor. The biggest reason why we were siding with them is because of the protection that we currently have. If we free Orpheus, we are going to have to gamble that Orpheus is willing to work with us for long enough to rid us of the Elder Brain. And the entire part of this deal, Raphael has promised us the hammer for a crown. He's made no mention of the tadpole in any of this. Presumably, once the Elder Brain is dead, the tadpole will just, die with it and will be easy to remove. That's the presumption. But if that's not the case, he hasn't exactly woven that clause into the contract. And I've seen, and we know about Will and how that turned out for him, and I would not look good with horns, so making a literal deal with the literal devil is not something I am super keen on doing, but, like, what would the consequences be? Admittedly, I'm kind of leaning towards taking Raphael's deal. I am kind of leaning more towards him, because because like the Emperor, the mind flayer in the prison with Orpheus, he gave us that tadpole, that frozen tadpole, and was just like, yo, if you want to do this, you're gonna have to become like super pseudo mind flayer. And I am averse to that because I don't want to lose my hair. And, well, I don't want to become a mind flayer. I feel like that is a path I do not want to walk. So I really, I feel like I'm talking myself into going with Raphael over the Emperor. I don't rightly know. Oh, I don't rightly know. I'll control the crown myself once I have the Netherstones. I mean, like, that's the age-old problem. Like, you know, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Like, it's the hubris, the arrogant thought that it would be better in my hand compared to anyone else. Like, I am the one who would use it for the best good. But, like, how long would it be until, you know, Charles D and all of his greasy glory would be like, well, I could just use this to do things. And then it's just like, well, I could do these, you know, questionable things now. And then eventually you're off to full-blown world domination. And, you know, it's a slippery slope. I'd rather destroy the crown. I really would rather destroy the crown. Like, of all things, of all possibilities, it really should be destroyed. This is like the One Ring in a Mount Doom scenario. Like, we need to destroy the thing. Because, like, I don't necessarily want to control it. I just want to make artisanal jams in my forest home with my Sharan wife. But no, we don't have that option right now because we've got worms in our head. Subterfuge, destroy it, control it. Subterfuge, destroy it. Oh, we need to make a choice. We need to make a choice, don't we? Oh, God, we need to make a choice. I don't know what choice to make. I do not know the choice to make. If we agree to the deal, we could always kill him before we, you know, follow through. If we destroy it, then we lose access. I feel like these two would firmly... Fine. Oh, this is going to bite us in the rear end. This is going to come back to bite us more so than anything else. Because, like, I don't know how he would respond to this. Because, like, if I say that I control the... Go with my gut. My gut is in... It's like, normally I am a go with your gut type of guy, but with something like this, I'm like, ooh, I am torn in every direction. Fine. There is going to be severe consequences for this. I just know it. There's going to be severe consequences for this, but I agree to the deal. Where do I sign?
Right here. You'll find everything is in order.
Oh, a literal contract. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
The moment I have your signature, you will have the means to free Orpheus. The hammer. You guarantee the crown will be mine once the brain is defeated, and I swear that I will never use the crown to dominate a mortal.
See, now that changes things. Well, that is a very ambiguous statement, and I realize that you could essentially... There's such an easy workaround. If he swears to never use the crown to dominate a mortal, that's completely acting under the assumption that that's his only way to dominate mortals, which it's not. He's a very powerful, like, archdevil, very powerful devil, and, you know, he already has powers that can dominate mortals. It's just, like, he could use the crown to dominate someone who's not a mortal, like a divine, and then he can use that domination to further influence mortals, and then that would be a workaround. Like, that, for the very briefest of moment, I'm like, okay, that makes everything better, and then I'm just like, that doesn't really help in any way, shape, or form, because that's a meaningless statement. But, what happens if I don't give you... This is just a hypothetical, I'm just asking questions. But what happens if I don't give you the crown?
I will come to collect. If you refuse to give me the crown, I collect your souls instead. And then we all gather in the House of Hope. Me dressed in my finest silks, you skinless, hanging from a hook to watch as your world dies.
I feel like there would be a lot of opportunities for me to shove a fireball up his rear end. Oh, God. Well, we're walking this path. No, we're walking this path. Sign the contract. Oh, boy. Oh, there's going to be so many consequences for this. There's going to be so many... I am literally making world-shattering choices at the top floor of a brothel. All right. Sign the contract.
Perfect. One more rhyme, for old time's sake. The master was slain within his own house. They dined on him both, the cat and the mouse. The hammer is yours. You will find yourself in Orpheus's presence before the end comes. When you do, shatter the chains that hold him. Be sure to keep the hammer safe until then. Your survival depends on it. And I'll keep your contract safe in my house of hope. I'll be seeing you, and when I do, we dine.
I wonder if I can
ink has barely
destroy the
dried,
contract.
Yet you feel a growing disquiet at what exactly you just signed.
Tell me about it.
Perhaps a diabolus can offer some comfort. Or a way out. For a devil's bargain is a hard one to break.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. What exactly did I just consign myself to? Oh, boy. So, now that the business is out of the way, are you up for a little bit of pleasure, Raphael? Because this is the first time you've, stuck around. There are a bunch of rose petals and a nice plush bed. What does Lizelle want to have to talk about?
I'd sooner have imagined shattering a planet with my bare fist than taking a deal with a devil. But we shouldn't regret the bargain, not for one instant. Raphael can have his crown, if it means breaking Prince Orpheus free.
I think that's so narrow-minded. Like, you're looking at a very small picture. Oh, boy. Like, there are so many other things. Like, the Orphic Hammer. Maybe that's not the only way to free him. Maybe all of this is a load of bunk. Who knows? Who knows? Let's hope Orpheus doesn't rip our heads off the moment we free him.
The prince will be suspicious, but he won't be reckless enough to turn on his liberators. There'd be too little to gain from our deaths, and too much to lose.
I
Now,
suppose.
to the Chares's Caress tap room. We must tell Voss the news.
I feel like we've made a very poor choice. Oh, boy. Raphael, do you have anything more to say since you're here?
Destiny waits in the wings. Find the brain, destroy it, and seize that crown.
Lovely. What if I killed you right here? You have a lot of health, and I don't think it would be possible, but what if I did? Let me look at this hammer. What is so special about this Orphic hammer?
There you are. I thought I'd lost you.
Scared the hell out of
Something
me.
was blocking me from hearing your thoughts.
Oh, now we have to deal with this. Oh, the consequences. Oh, they are coming quickly and severely. I know, I was worried. Let's try. Let's try and avoid speaking about what we have agreed to. Oh boy. Yeah, I was worried.
Me too. It's concerning that something could come between us like that. Especially when we are so close to the Elder Brain. Do you have any idea what it was?
Oh God, we are playing such a dangerous game of chess right now. Oh God, are we lying to him? Oh boy. Oh boy. I am the Silver Tongue Master. Oh, this is so dangerous. I'm kind of curious about letting him know that it was Raphael. But this is so dangerous. This is so dangerous. I'm gonna tell him the truth. This is probably pretty bad for my self-preservation, but what's the worst it could be? Because even if the Emperor turns against us, I don't really think that we would sacrifice our mental protections, because that's Orpheus's doing. I think even if we removed the Emperor from the equation, we'd still have that protection. I'm gonna tell him the truth. Oh, this is not gonna end well. This is not gonna end well. But yeah, it was Raphael. I made a deal with the devil.
Raphael? Well, thank you for your honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. I should have known the devil would come sniffing. The stench of impending chaos is irresistible to them. And what did he want with you?
Ooh, see, this is not the point you're going to like. This is not the point. I could technically... The narrator was like, you might be able to break out of it. It would be difficult, but if you found a Diabloist, it might be possible to... Because if we found a Diabloist who's willing to send us to hell, we might be able to infiltrate the House of Hope and either find some of Raphael's weaknesses or kill him or destroy the contract. It might be possible. It might be possible to still work around this. He offered me a deal.
How very gumptious of him.
Indeed.
What were the terms of this deal?
A hammer for a crown. Yes, he offered me the means to free Orpheus in exchange for the crown on top of the brain.
Tell me, you turned him down.
See, that's the thing. Therein lies the rub. Silence speaks volumes.
Tell me, you turned him down.
Emperor, it wasn't a good deal. I know it wasn't a good deal. I know it was so terrible, but there are ways around it. I can break it. I can destroy the contract. We just need to find a Diabloist. We can put that on the docket. We just need to find a Diabloist, okay? We just need to find a Diabloist.
I was absent for one moment.
Yeah.
If there is one thing you can be certain of, it's that the devil will come to collect.
Yes, I know.
That is your problem. I will not let you put our survival at risk. I have Orpheus well under control. Stay away from him.
I will break the contract.
We have an elder brain to destroy.
Or are you gonna bring me right in there right now? Cause or was that just a thing? Just like, oh, fine, you massive failure. Just get on with things. Oh dear Lord. We've royally pissed him off, but he doesn't want to kill us, which I will consider to be a success. Can I look at the hammer now? Let me look at this stupid hammer. What is this thing? The Orphic Hammer. Spell resistance. You have advantage on saving throws against spells. Unshackling Strike. Every contract the devil makes has some form of insurance. This one is cast in infernal iron and was forged in deep ruinous hellfire. Oh boy. Oh boy. That is not gonna be good. Not at all. Devils don't rhyme. A verse epic. Oh, is there any kind of stuff we can loot? I don't suppose I can have, like, that statue, can I? What is the book? In this heroic fantasy in verse form, told in the first person by a bold poet who challenges a devil, clearly modeled on Raphael, to an improvised poetry contest to win back the soul of his lover, The following couplet has been circled in red ink. If the line doesn't scan, the devil sneers, you forfeit your soul and end in tears. Ha, I'll keep my time and make my rhyme with vim and snap, and no, down came the claw crap. Something tells me the poor man lost his soul. Oh boy. Welp, we have literally just sold our soul to a devil for a hammer. My obsession with gaining loot. I'll take these strapped choker leather outfit. I'm just gonna take those for later. That might come in handy with the twins. But, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, the consequences of my actions are going to be swift and severe, I imagine. Let's just get the heck out of Dodge. Let's send something back. The clown hammer. What can we send to camp? All of these books. All of these books. I need to sort out my inventory. Oh my god, we have so much crap. Plea of rest. I don't... Just send an arbitrary amount of books back to camp. No, I need them for stuff. I don't know what I'll need. Send this. We have so much crap. Oh my god, why do I have so much stuff? Send this. Oh, this weighs 18. I'll send that back to camp. What am I doing with that? I'm not even wearing that right now. Okay, we should be good on that for a moment. Oh, boy. All right, well, we're done here. However reluctantly I am. Does anyone else have anything to say about all of this? Shadowheart, what do you feel about what just went down?
So, a deal's been struck with Raphael, at least. He certainly drew out his sales pitch for long enough.
That he did. We really need to find a Diabloist and try and do something about this. You mentioned Shar followers might be watching for us. Do you think we can use them to track down your parents? Yeah, the parents. That's something we need to do as well. Oh, we need to do so much stuff now that we're here.
I hope so. So long as I'm willing to stroll right into the Mother Superior's trap, they have no reason to not tell me where to go.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What should we be looking for?
Worm's Crossing is a choke point. If I wanted to intercept a new arrival, I'd find somewhere before the bridge, blend in amongst the crowds, and wait. Most people seeking entry to the city will be refugees. I'd look wherever they're gathering.
Well, a good of lead as any we've got. What does our journal have to say about everything that's gone down? Get the Yankee Warrior. Tell Voss. Yes, we'll do that. The Pale Elf. Right. We need to find Cazador's thing. The Wizard of Waterdeep. Speak to the bookseller at Sorceress Sundries. I spoke with the devil Raphael, who told me that he seeks the legendary Netherese artifact, the Crown of Karsus. Yes. Okay, so once we get to Baldur's Gate, then we'll bring Gale back out. Find the stern librarian Fionn. We found Fion's journal in her pleasure room. She seems terrified about something happening to someone dear to her, and scared that the patrons in the Flophouse will have noticed. Maybe we'll find answers there. Into the Flophouse, then. What else do we have? Help Voss. Talk to Voss. Free Orpheus. Wait for the opportunity to free Orpheus. Lovely. Deal with the devil. Escape the deal. Fulfill the deal. Let's aim for escaping the deal. Find a way into Raphael's House of Hope. We signed Raphael's deal, but are having second thoughts about giving the ultra-powerful Crown of Karsus to a devil. Raphael is smart, but perhaps he can be outsmarted. If we can get into the House of Hope and destroy our contract, that would void the deal. Yes. Let's try and go for that. So we need to find a Diabloist. That would be lovely. I'm sure that'll happen eventually. Oh boy. All right, let's continue onwards. What is the goal right now? Where do we need to go? Let's try and find some Sharans. See if we can't make that a reality. See what else is around. Oh boy, I came into this brothel for lap dances, and I left with, you know, the The ominous feeling that I've just sold everything I hold dear to a devil. All right, Kithric Voss, let's have a chat about everything that just went down.
Voss, friend to the comet.
Lae'zel of Kalir, warrior of warriors. Tell me you took the devil's deal. Tell me you will free Gith's heir.
Yes. Yeah, I walk this path, own up to it. Here, I've got the hammer and everything.
So quick to share it with him.
Yeah, well...
This is not wise.
Yeah, you can...
The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from the Lich Queen's tyranny.
Can we focus on the Elder Brain?
Will the mighty Prince Orpheus soon illuminate the astral plane?
Gith's son will soon ride against Vlaakith, Voss, and I will follow him into battle.
And you will wield the greatest gift Mother Gith ever granted her dauntless children.
A silver sword. I will carry it for the honor of Gith, the great liberator, and her unforgotten son.
Istik, now that you have the hammer, you must find a way to enter the astral prism. Once inside, smash Orpheus's bonds. His cry will shake the plains, and I will fly to your aid. The Prince of the Comet will sear the heavens again. Let the Lich Queen tremble.
Think again. I will not permit your entry.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Is there any way I can convince you? Like, anything at all? Like, oh, oh boy, oh boy. Is there any way I can convince you?
No, there is not.
Lovely.
Questions, Istik? You seem to be lost in thought.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on right now with a lot of different parties. Orpheus sensed the tadpole before and his guards attacked, so... Is he gonna be, you know, up in arms about that?
The Prince of the Comet aches for Githyanki liberation more than he abhors Geich. He might seethe when you free him. He might gnash his teeth and slander your name. But he will see reason. I promise you.
Can we all just work together? Can we just, like, can we just deal with the Elder Brain and the Lich Queen, and then we can be like, okay, now that I've got the crown, we can deal with the devil deal that we've got going on. Like, why can't we just, we could, if we just put our nonsense aside, we could all just work together. Just allow Charles D, greasy wizard, problem-solving necromancer, forest gnome extraordinaire, to just deal with the problems. Just let me do what I want to do, and I'll solve everyone's issues. Just trust me on that. It's going to be real complicated getting in there.
Yes, but you will meet this challenge, as you've met so many others.
Yeah, the opportunity will arise, I'm quite certain. Oh boy. Well, we've got a nice sword. We showed Voss the Orphic hammer and he gave us a powerful silver sword, the highest grade of weapons in Githyanki custom. He left to prepare for the revolution that will follow Orpheus's deliverance. So we did get some journals for that. Does that mean gather our allies? Volo, Halsin, and Arabella. Our allies thus far is an 11-year-old, an incompetent bard, and an admittedly formidable bear. Our allies are incredibly powerful. All right, Lae'zel, another conversation.
Since I was old enough to hold a blade, I've dreamt of wielding a silver sword. The swords cleave both meat and mind, body and brain. To swing one, mesmerizing. To be slain by one, agonizing. Everyone I bleed with the sword will be my tribute to Prince Orpheus.
Okay, yeah, you... I like Lae'zel as much as the next guy, but not as much as some other guys. But You are really fixated on a small picture, the very smallest piece of this grand game that we're playing. And it's like, freeing Orpheus? What comes after that? Maybe, you know, like, focusing on the Elder Brain, or, you know, dealing with the devil, or dealing with the illithid Emperor that we've got in our heads at the moment. There's a lot of stuff that we need to be, you know, focusing on. That's not just, oh, I need to free this dude, he'll save our people. It's just like, can we focus on everyone else that's under threat? What else do I know? Our first dice roll. Can we... we're gonna fail this dice roll, aren't we? Yes, we are. Oh my god, it's great. It's great. How much inspiration do I have? I will use a single point of inspiration. Charles, please just make this work. Okay, fine. The universe does not want us to do this dice roll. That's fine. I'm just going to trust that Lae'zel knows everything about it.
Lae'zel gave a thorough description. You can't think of more you would add.
Okay, that's fine. I don't need to know anything more about random Githyanki silver. Could this sword be enough to break Orpheus free? Oh, I swear. I hope not. I hope it's not.
Certainly not.
Okay, thank God.
The Prince's honor guard would have already fractured his prison.
Fair.
To break Orpheus free, we will need the Orphic Hammer.
Which we have. So what makes them so special?
A Kithrak's silver sword is more than a weapon. It is an extension of your will, an entire limb unto itself. You merely need to think strike, and it strikes. The sword carves the correct path, and carries your arm with it. The ancient slates tell us that each sword holds a fragment of the living gate, a flesh portal made from the stuffs of nightmare.
The terrible living gate. Thinner than a lamb's hair and hidden deep beneath the Feywild.
The silver injures the body. The gate's flesh injures the mind. A formidable weapon against Gaich.
Something tells me we're gonna put that to good use. Oh, is there anything else we need to talk about then? Apparently not. Man, we've had such important conversations lately. Fine, let's look at this sword as well. What is the silver sword of the astral plane? 6 to 21. Githborn psionic weapon. When wielded by a Githyanki, this weapon deals an additional 1 to 6. Psionic resistance. A Githyanki holding this weapon has advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws, resistance to psychic damage, and cannot be charmed. Wonderful. The fervor with which the Githyanki express devotion to their queen is admirable to some, disquieting to others. When confronted with the fallibility of the divine, since no one is wholly perfect, who knows what reaction such folk might evince. Well, let's give that to Lae'zel, I suppose, and she can wield it with fervor.
Like its will be done.
Is it any better than the sword you have currently? 9 to 24. It is significantly better. Alright, well, it's all yours. Congratulations, you've got a big sword. Alright, let's continue. Let's, I don't know, try and find something.
Hey,
Weird.
you paid Raphael a visit.
Yes.
I want to hear all about it.
Alright, I can hopefully calm my mind by admiring your incredible outfit.
A toast to Raphael's latest client, the savior of the city.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm already forgetting. No, let's not give them the thought that I might be, you know, reneging on the deal. I really hope you're right about saving the city.
The boss is always right, even though he's so very wrong.
Okay, I'm not gonna read into that. You're very enthusiastic. You really like working for him?
More than anything. My old dwarfen master used to beat me and feed me scraps. Raphael treats me right and feeds me well. Better to feast in the hells than go begging in the heavens.
Suppose that's one way of looking at it. What exactly do you do for him?
When I'm not keeping my eye on potential clients like you, I make sure the House of Hope is fully secure.
How about a drink? Because if I can get you, a bit looser-lipped, I might be able to exploit such knowledge. Who would be stupid enough to break into a devil's home? He says, currently plotting on how to break into a devil's home.
Devils often have prettier hoards than dragons. Sneaking thieves into their vaults is a lucrative business. Doesn't usually end well for the thieves. But sometimes the thieves are rich, smart, or well-connected enough to come back in one piece. Take our esteemed Lord Gortash, for example.
She's enjoying your company, and the liquor has loosened her tongue, but she's anxious about the direction the conversation's taking.
My plan. It's coming to fruition perfectly. Maybe we could get Gortash's advice. That is probably not going to work out even remotely well, but I mean, he has technically broken into an archdevil's vault, so it's entirely possible he might have some thoughts on the topic. Have you ever been tempted to earn some extra coins selling infernal secrets? I mean, that seems like... Gortash must have had some help from someone with infernal connections. Any idea who? Oh god, this is probably going to be the single most important persuasion check for Charles D., Greasy Wizard, Necromancer, Silver-Tongued Forest Gnome. We need to succeed right here and now. It's a 15. We are Charles D., and we can beat a 15. 22. Did Gortash get help from anyone?
Yeah, a diabolist with a loose sense of duty and a hunger to be richer than Mammon. I almost wish he'd asked me. I'd have told him to stick his gauntlet where the sun don't shine and wiped that smug little grin off his face.
Any more info on that Diabloist?
Conversation's over. I've got to sober up and get back to work.
We need to find that Diabloist. We need to find them. What is our journal? Escape the deal. We talked with Corilla and learned of a way into the House of Hope. It seems there's a Diabloist somewhere in Baldur's Gate who knows how to get in. Oh, that is going to be lovely, isn't it? Lovely indeed. Mamselle Amira, we found stuff.
Your pleasure is mine, sweeting.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. We have nothing else to talk about. All right, well, that's fine. Are there any Sharans around? We need to find them. Kira the cat. Oh, I can talk to animals, right? I'm going to talk with the cat. Kira, do you have any gossip?
Come to pay your respects to the real lady of the house.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
see. What a clever creature you are. It's your lucky day. I am receiving compliments at this time, and you are most welcome to make an offering.
You have the most glorious fur that I've seen on any creature that walks on 4 legs. Your eyes are 2 baleful jewels that strike fear into the most complacent of rats. Your paws are fit to overturn only the daintiest crystalware. Your glorious tail can trip an unsuspecting servant with the grace of an empress. We're going to spend the next however long it takes to compliment this cat, so much that they give us their cat secrets. Yes, your eyes are 2 baleful jewels that strike fear into the most complacent of rats.
Oh, you are quite correct. I consider them one of my finest features. The unwashed rabble who frequent this establishment have much to learn from your deference, and I must suffer their foibles alone. But they do say a burden shared is a burden halved.
You may gladly share your burdens with me. Do I want to know who's through those fancy curtains? We already know about the Drow twins. What's that shady pair over there whispering about? Tell me their whispers, O glorious maned cat.
Can't you hear from here? They're talking about the new top cat in the criminal underbelly. Go and listen for yourself. As for them personally, one never washes and instead douses himself with rose oil, while the other can't hold his
gross.
drink.
never washes and then slathered in greasy oil. I can't imagine living a life like that. Who's through the fancy curtains?
The Drow, two of our most popular courtesans. A night with them seems to be rather life-changing, if you can afford it.
Oh, I can afford
Of course,
it.
they are siblings, but judging from the throngs of clients they draw, most of the city is as disgusting as they are.
The cat has better morals than 90% of the people in this building right now, and I am absolutely counting myself and my companions. Whether or not any or all of us fall in that 10 or 90% is entirely up to the gods. What are your thoughts on the clientele as a whole?
That's rather a broad topic. We get all sorts here. But there is one frequent visitor whose very presence offends me. He dresses fabulously, but stinks of the hells. Something infernal, to be sure. Abhorrent.
Raphael. It doesn't speak kindly of the man's character if the cats do not like him. Thank you for your wisdom, Kira. It means the world to me.